September 2023, which is the month we're in Abuja, an event hostess was kidnapped and killed. This is something that shouldn't happen at all. I'm Olaomi Heavens, event veteran and media entrepreneur. Now, I'm just talking today about the security of your staff, especially your hostesses, your waiters, people that work with you. They might be third party, vendors because maybe you're employing the event hostess company. And so you as an event planner, it probably is not totally your fault, but then you're still responsible for whatever happens. But I'm not just talking to event planners, I'm also talking to people who have hostess companies. You are running an ushering company. What are you doing exactly to ensure that your staff are safe? Because I think maybe one of these days when I share my event story, I'm going to be sharing how myself and maybe 18 other event hostesses almost became casualties. And this is something that shouldn't happen at all. At least that was outstation. And I just as I said one of these days I will share. But there's some things that just have to be put into place because whether we like it or not, this is just an important resource. A life can never be given back except, well, by a miracle. But we're not going to be looking for miracles for every single person. So you want to make sure that as a business owner, you're looking at the fact that are these people safe? When you're talking to your clients, it's not just about your own service, or maybe if you have coordinators or other planners in your company, that's not the only thing you should be looking out for. You should be looking at the smaller ones, the hostesses. Are they going to be closing late? If they're closing by 10, are they going to be sleeping at the venue? Would they allow them to stay there? Is there a hotel room in that venue? Maybe if it's a hotel, are they going to be staying there? Is there provision for a room there, even if they're managing? Is there a boss with security that will be taking them out? You want to take a look at things like that. That means if they really have to move, number one, they have to move together. You can get maybe a bus, you can get maybe car services like Bolt and the like, where you can have four people in the same car going towards the same way, especially when you know that where they're coming from. Maybe for Abuja, for instance, you're coming to town for an event and you live at the outskirts. You don't want them to go and stand at those bus stops and those areas that security is porous at night. Anything can happen under the shadow of darkness. And so you want to ensure that there's security for them. Even if they're transporting them in a particular bus a long way to a particular place, maybe they're all going to a place to stay, you need to ensure that there's security so that they are safe. You don't want a case where people come back and they're looking for, apparently they looked for this girl, and then maybe, I'm not sure if it's a day or two later, they found her body. So you need to start to talk to your clients. Some people think, oh, we don't want to burden the client, but it's part of what the clients should know. The same way when you have hostesses, you should know that these hostesses would eat. Because you hear of some events that are so long, and then you say, oh, after all, they've had breakfast. After all, they're being paid. Yes, they're being paid, but if they're going to be standing on their feet, it's not like they're working at a restaurant where they can just go behind and maybe pay or eat something, or that kind of thing. So we need to ensure that we're looking after the welfare of those who work for us. I really am very pained about this particular situation, even though I don't know her, but I know that it's one or two situations I've heard over time, even much more, about things happening to people who work in the event industry or in the event sector because they close late and they can't afford to stay around where the event was done, or they closed around 12 midnight and you're expected to go far. And a lot of these people who are ushers are students. Majority are students. It's high time people started really working on these things deliberately. Think about it. If that hostess was your sister, what would you do? I think we should do more. We should do more. And I know that we have a lot of responsible event planners who are doing things, and hostess companies too, but we can do more.